This is an instructional video on the use of the UCB Setup Pro version 2 from Vendors Exchange. If at any point you want to skip to a certain part of the video, click one of the chapter titles below. The video is best viewed in full screen. Let's begin by opening up the program. From the Start screen, you will see three options: Create a new machine configuration, Load existing configuration, and Exit the program. Select New Machine Configuration to set up your vending machine. From here, you are taken to a 4-step process screen. For the first step, click the drop-down menu and select the correct machine type. Step 2 is an optional step in which the user can assign an asset ID for the machine. If you cannot think of an ID, simply click Generate and one will be created. Step 3 allows the user to configure the machine's layout. You can select all large coils or all small coils, as well as customize specific selections. For Step 4, you can select Start Over if you want to change machine type, ID, or layout. Otherwise, click Create New Configuration to continue the machine setup. Once the user is at machine setup, there are two columns, the above with basic settings and below with advanced settings. For advanced settings, you can begin by clicking Selections Setups to assign prices to each product in the machine, as well as enable or disable the drop sensor. To assign a price to a specific product, select the location. The button will change from blue to yellow to denote as selected. Enter the price of the product in the upper left. Enter the whole number. Do not use decimals. To disable a drop sensor, either select the location and click Disable Drop Sensor in the upper left, or simply click it in the product group. You will also have the option of selecting all products or selecting each row. When you finish setting prices for the machine, click the Save and Close button. The next option allows you to configure your drop sensor. When the windows open, you are given a drop-down menu with the following options: Return credit after one cycle. Selection will not lock. Return credit after one cycle. Selection will lock after 3 consecutive misvends. Selection will lock after 5 partial attempts after first cycle. Selection will not lock after 5 partial attempts after first full cycle. Selection motor will stop when product falls. 2 full turns maximum. Select one of the following and click Save and Close to return to the main setup menu. Machine layout. If you made a mistake setting up the layout of your machine earlier, you can correct it here. Product groups. To set up product groups, select it from the Setup menu. To enable a group, click the box to the left of the set. Next, you'll select the products that are included in the group. When you're finished, click Save and Close button. LED lights. To set the timing on the LED lights, select it from the main setup menu. From here, you will be taken to a menu with 3 timers: LED intensity and LED timeout in minutes and seconds. LED intensity denotes the brightness of the light in your machine. The timeout denotes how long the machine will stay lit without any activity. To set the dials of each timer, you can either click and drag the arrow on each unit, or simply click the plus and minus buttons. After setting up the correct intensity and timing, click Save and Close. Message setup. To edit your welcoming message to customers, click Display Message Setup. Enter the text message in the yellow box on the left side of the window. Next, set the message delay and message speed by either clicking and dragging the arrow on the timers or clicking the plus or minus buttons. To view a preview, you can select Start Preview. When you are finished setting up your message, click the Save and Close button. Sales tax. To set the sales tax, simply drag the arrow on your dial or use the plus and minus buttons to get the correct amount of sales tax needed. When you're finished, click the Save and Close button. Bill Escrow. When you open the Bill Escrow menu, you will have a drop-down menu with 3 selections. First Bill Escrow, Last Bill Escrow, and No Escrow. Once you've made your selection, you can click the Save and Close button. Winner mode. To set the winner mode, enter the number of sales you want to take place before in the white box above. Then click the Set Number of Sales button, and after the number appears in the yellow box below, you can click the Save and Close button. Discounts. To set up discounts on your machine, select it from the menu. From here you can set up whether the whole machine or a number of selections are discounted after a period of time. You can also set up the percentage of the discount and the amount of time to pass before each discount. Machine lockouts. To set a lockout on your vending unit, select Machine Lockouts from the main setup page. You have a choice of setting up the 5 lockouts on the machine, or you can enable each lock by clicking the boxes on the left. You can set the times for each lockout on the right of the column. When you're done setting up the times, click the Save and Close button. Selection lockouts. To set a lockout for a specific product or group of products, click Selection Lockouts from the Machine Setup menu. You have a choice of setting up to 5 lockouts on the machine. You can enable each lock by clicking the boxes on the left. You could set the times for each lockout on the right of the Enable button. Click the Choose Selection button to select products that will be locked out during the designated times. Saving. To save your configuration, go to File and select Save Configuration. Name your file and use the CSV extension. Save your file on a micro SD card. For older computers, you may need a memory card reader to do this. When the file has been saved, you will eject the card from the computer. Next, you will place the card in the memory card slot of the UCB interface located on the inside of the door of your machine. If you have any additional questions, please contact Vendors Exchange at 1-800-321-2311 and select option 3 from the main menu for service, then select option 3 again for technical support.